we are looking at lesson 3.5 today. You have your notes in front of you, yes?
Yes.
What?
No, no buts. Okay, everyone should be in the notes. Have the notes out in front of them, be ready to follow through. Okay, so as I mentioned, quiz grades are in. Moving forward, we've got today and 2 more days left in the 9 weeks. So with that in mind, you know, if there's things missing, make sure you get those things in, especially if your grade is borderline. Get stuff in. Okay, now, we're moving into lesson 3.5. It's going to be the major lesson we're going to do before we think chapter test. Okay, we may or may not do another lesson before this. As you look at 3.5, as you have your notes in front of you, thoughts?
I don't remember doing it.
Don't you just like add it all together? And
Extra.
I'll just be honest with you, I don't know.
Only it was that easy to just add it all
Like
together.
7x plus
Yeah, if only it was that easy.
y,
So.
maybe. I didn't do it.
Do you want me to start it by just review worksheets and all that?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you do that when you take the quiz.
Alright.
Okay, so as we look at 3.5, guys, we have our ice spin. Lesson 3.2, we solved a system of equations with how many equations? 2. So it's 2 equations, 2 variables, and we practiced with elimination, we practiced with substitution, right? Now, I don't know, do you guys have a preference of substitution versus elimination?
I forget what substitution.
I feel like I think.
So you obviously have a preference then.
Elimination's for life.
Like I like substitution, but
Okay, well-
I forgot substitution. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
what we're doing, okay, I'm going to break lessons. We're going to spend several days on lesson 3.5 because it is big. We're moving from 2 equations, 2 variables to 3 equations, 3 variables. Okay. Yep, you can just have a seat in an empty seat. Okay, so we're moving to 3 equations, 3 variables. Now, with this in mind, there's a little bit more work to do. Okay? I really need you guys focused and with me step by step. Okay? Following along step by step. And because we've got 3 equations, 3 variables to solve for here. Okay? And I'm just going to be upfront with you. Yes, I'm going to fill this area here. Okay, there's a reason that there's that much area left.
That's just a
Okay, so this is why I need you guys with me from the beginning. Okay? You can't zone in halfway through this problem or you're going to be lost. Okay? So, as we look at this, we're going to focus on elimination today, tomorrow, honestly, and then Friday, some people are gone for ASVAB, or I got a bunch out quarantined. It'll probably be Monday before I teach substitution. We're just going to focus on elimination right now and get that one securely under our belts. Okay? As you look at our 3 equations, what does your gut say to eliminate? X's, Y's, or Z's? Z's? Why would your gut say to eliminate Z's?
They're all the same.
Because they all have the same coefficient of 1Z, whether it be positive or negative. Okay? So, first thing we're going to talk about is you need to pick a variable to start off eliminating. So, and hopefully you guys know me well enough to know I have a process here, don't I? And organization is important on these problems. Okay? So, I have a process. I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to teach the same process every time. But we're going to eliminate Z's. So, I'm going to, for the ease of reference, I'm going to number my equations. This is going to be equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. So you're always going to see me numbering my equations. 1, 2, 3. Now, okay, we want to eliminate Z's, right? So pick 2 of those equations to put together to eliminate Z's. What's a pair of equations that would go well together? 1 and 2, yes? Hold that thought. You're not wrong, okay? Hold that thought. Why do you guys like the idea of putting 1 and 2 together?
Because they're opposites.
They're plus Z and minus Z, right? So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to write out my equations. So equation 1 is 2x minus y plus z equals 4. Right underneath it, equation 2 is x plus 3y minus z equals 11. Do I add or subtract these two equations together? We're going to add. So as we add here, 2x plus x. 2x plus 1x is 3x. Minus y plus 3y. So negative 1y plus 3y is 2y. Z plus negative z. It cancels, which is the whole point, right? Carry down your equal sign. 4 plus 11. 15. Okay, this is one of my new equations. I'm going to call this equation number 4. And again, I told you guys, I'm queen of organization on this problem. You need organization to be successful here, okay? So I took 1 and 2, I added them together, I got equation 4. Notice equation 4 is in terms of x and y. There's no z. Got it? Okay, so now we want to repeat that process. We want to pick two different equations and eliminate z again. Does that make sense? So you either have to pick, we just did 1 and 2, right? So now we can do 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. Okay, and the more obvious one, I'm just going to put it right down below here, would be to pick 1 and 3. And then this is what you started to say earlier, and this is what I said, you're not wrong. I was just going with the masses there. So 1 and 3, because it's the same reason as last time. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to write out 1 again. 2x minus y plus z equals 4. Always double check yourself to make sure you're copying things correctly. Okay? You laugh.
No, because I do that all the time. And then you're like, oh, Kylie, you missed the negative sign.
Yeah. 4x plus y minus z equals 14. Okay? When it comes to needing help in homework, the best thing I can do for you guys is to troubleshoot with you. Which means for me to come around and troubleshoot, I need to see your work written out, right? If you just show, oh, well, this is the wrong answer, what did I do wrong? I can't help you if you don't show work. But if you put the work there, I can go back and help you figure out, oh, did you just miscopy a sign? Did you just misadd? What did you do? Speaking of misadding, am I adding or subtracting in this problem? My z's have opposite signs, so we are adding again. 2x plus 4x. 6x. Negative y plus y. 0. Unexpected, but we're not going to complain. That'll make life easier. Z plus negative z.
0.
That's what we needed to happen, right? We were trying to get rid of z's. Carry down our equals. 4 plus 14. 18. As I said, this one's going to be a little bit easier variation, but this is where I normally call this equation number 5. So usually when I do these problems, I'll have equation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 by the time we get done. That 5 looks weird, sorry. Okay. Now, normally what I would say is, okay, we'll take equations 4 and 5, and we're going to put them together and use our elimination process. However, what do you guys notice right here?
We don't have a y.
It's easier to just solve for it.
Yeah. It wasn't our plan. It just so happened, and we like it when things just so happen and make life a little bit easier. Equation 5 ended up being the equation. This is equation 5. 6x equals 18. Use what you already know. If 6x equals 18, what do we do? Divide by 6. X equals 3. Am I done?
No.
No. I have found
You found
1/3 of my answer, right? Because instead of just needing x and y, we need x, y, z. Where do you think I'm going, Kylie?
Can't you just plug the X into the equation 4 and then get Y and then go your order for Z?
Okay, so yeah, once we have x, we want to go back to an equation that has only 2 variables, one of which is x. So yes, I would agree with plugging into 4. Equation 4 was 3x plus 2y equals 15, correct? So if it's 3x, what do we know?
You plug in 3 times.
X is 3. So do the math with me. 3 times 3 plus 2y equals 15. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2y equals 15. How do I solve for y? Okay. So if we're trying to get 2y by itself, we need to move a positive 9. In order to move the positive 9, we're going to subtract 9. 9 minus 9 cancels. 2y equals 15 minus 9 is 6. If 2y equals 6, divide by 2. And we can all agree that y equals 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you find your first variable, you take it and you plug it into equation 4 or 5. In this case, it had to be 4. I have 2/3 of my answer. I have x and y. What do we have to do once we have 2 of the 3 answers, then, do you think? We have to plug it in somewhere in an equation that has z. So normally at this point, you have to go back and use equation 1, 2, or 3. Do we all have to use the same equation?
No.
No. Just like in previous substitution elimination, which equation looks easier to you?
1.
Okay, so if we use 1, not as I said, I agree, this one's a little bit easier, but it's, we're not all going to do the same thing. Okay, so 2x means I'm going to write 2 times 3. Minus y means I'm going to say
Minus 3.
minus 3 plus z equals 4. Two times 3 is 6. Minus 3 plus z equals 4.
Subtract 6 and 3.
6 minus 3 is 3 plus z equals 4. And if it's 3 plus z, subtract 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Z is 1. How did we express our answer when we did this with just 2 equations?
We would do it in
Ordered pair. Well, guess what? We get to use an ordered triple now.
What?
We're going to put our answers as an ordered triple. X, Y, Z. You got it. So 3, 3, 1. 3 variables means we use an ordered triple, which goes in the order, in case you didn't figure it out, X, Y, Z. We always pretty much go alphabetical. Yes?
So I don't know if we need to know this or not, but if you were to graph that, would it be like a 3D graph?
Yeah. We know the x and y axis to be horizontal and vertical, right?
Yeah.
The z-axis brings in a third dimension and goes through the origin the other way. Like it cuts them at a right angle, like in that other dimension.
So it goes straight through it. So
Like if
got
you think
this,
x-axis, y-axis,
this.
then my z-axis is coming through like this. I just don't have enough hands.
The center point.
Like here's my y-axis, here's my x-axis, z is my pin here.
Oh.
Like it's going out and stabbing Kylie in the eye out there.
Actions.
Hey, you just have no one in front of you today. You have a clear view today.
Sorry.
Get
Okay, sorry, never mind. It's getting brutal quickly. Okay,
It's like depth.
yeah, you could think depth. Yeah.
I'm not gonna stab Kylie.
Why?
That, like,
I would.
You gotta think 3D.
So like,
Because
I know it's hard to.
if you had this, but
Yeah.
this goes in the deck forever.
Yeah. Okay,
This
let's try the next one.
Get out. Just get out.
I'm gonna move my board up and erase.
I did, actually.
Oh my god.
Okay, have you started looking at the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks scarier than the first one.
I say I don't like it either. I know what I'm gonna eliminate though.
Okay,
Bunch of
Oh,
numbers.
you're-
I don't wanna do it.
my two first steps.
Well,
I'm going to number my equations.
you got
1, 2, and 3.
you got what we're
And I'm gonna pick something to eliminate.
Why?
Now, and are we always going to pick the same thing?
No.
Not necessarily, but in this case,
We are.
I think Y's are fairly obvious. So I'm just going to write it down so I have myself a note that we are eliminating Y's.
That's why.
Okay.
Okay, Justin, you can stop now.
Now, to eliminate Y's, pick 2.
1 and 2.
Y1 and 2.
Wise.
We have a minus Y and a plus Y. And guys, speak up, if someone's saying, well, why'd you pick 1 and 2? That's why I'm trying to ask you guys to explain yourselves, right? Okay, so I'm going to come over here because I want to show my work. Because if I make a mistake, I want to be able to go back and find my mistake. And I can't ask Mrs. Sargent for help if I don't have any work for her to look at. I am talking at myself. But I mean, that's the thing. You can't bring me your iPad tomorrow and say, I need help on this problem.
And not have any.
And have nothing.
on Math Excel.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, so FYI,
Math Excel tonight?
you have Math Excel tonight. I believe 4.
Well, that ain't bad.
That's bad.
I believe 4.
They all
And here's the deal. I mean,
Yeah, they all have it.
That'd be bad.
okay, now we gotta keep moving here, guys. So we opted for equations 1 and 2. Are we going to add or subtract 1 and 2?
Add.
Because my y's are opposite signs, please focus, negative y and positive y, we're going to add. X plus x.
2x.
2x.
1x plus 1x is 2x.
2x.
No more Y's.
Lots of boys.
Bye-bye.
Negative y plus y.
Bye-bye.
And we want that to happen, right? We're trying to eliminate y's. Z plus 3z.
4z.
Plus 4.
Plus 4z.
Equals.
Carry down your equal sign. Negative 1 plus negative 3. Negative 4.
Negative.
Focus and stay on task, please. What am I calling this?
Equation 4.
I call this equation 4. And who knows, maybe you don't want to number your equations, but it's my sanity to help you guys get organized. Because that is half the battle for these. If you can stay organized and not make careless mistakes, they're very doable. If you don't get organized or you make lots of careless mistakes, it gets frustrating. I'm going to be honest, okay? So you have to work through that frustration. Okay. Oof, right. Now what?
2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
Okay.
2.
Pick two different equations.
2.
So it has to be 3 and something, right? If we're trying to eliminate y's, we have a positive y and a negative y there, don't we? So 2 and 3 sound good?
Yeah.
2 is x plus y plus 3z equals negative 3. 3 is 2x minus y plus 2z equals 0. My y's have what kind of signs?
Opposites.
Opposites, so we're going to
Eliminate and cancel.
add them to cancel them, right?
Add them.
X plus 2x, 3x. Y plus negative y, cancels. 3z plus 2z
5.
plus 5z. Negative 3 plus 0, negative 3.
I'm not good.
And I call this
Equation 5.
equation 5. Okay, so now, this is more realistic, folks. Last time, we just so happened to get an x, an equation with one variable, we could work there. We didn't get that to happen this time. Okay, it can't happen like that every time. Trying to work you guys up, in the level of problem here. So now, we want to look at equations 4 and 5. So I'm going to bring them over here. Equation 4 is 2x plus 4z equals negative 4. And equation 5 is 3x plus 5z equals negative 3. Your job is to find x or z using the same techniques you would have on the quiz. Right? I know not everyone's taking the quiz, but the quiz had substitution and elimination on it, right? I'm focusing on elimination today. And this isn't set up for substitution anyway. So as you look at 4 and 5, pick a variable to eliminate and make it happen. You guys want to eliminate x? And here's the deal. You can do whichever. If we eliminate x's, I'm multiplying the top equation by 3. And I'm multiplying the bottom equation by,
Negative 2.
I like the idea of negative 2. Because my question is, how do I get 2x and 3x to have the same coefficient? So I'm multiplying by their opposites. So multiply the top equation by 3 and it becomes 6x plus 12z equals negative 12. Multiply the bottom equation by negative 2 and it becomes negative 6x minus 10z equals 6. Now, I don't name any equations past here. Okay, so I don't keep numbering and say this is equation 6 and 7. I'm done at 5. If you want more equations numbered, fine. But I don't have to go back and get them anymore, so I don't feel like I need to. Okay, am I going to add or subtract these two equations?
Add.
Because it's positive 6x and negative 6x, we're going to add. 6x plus negative 6x cancels. 12z plus negative 10z. 2z. Carry down your equal sign. Negative 12 plus 6. Negative 6. If 2z equals negative 6, divide by 2 and z is negative 3. 1/3 of the way towards our answer. Good news is we've done the bulk of the work, right? That's the good news. Okay. I have Z. No. Okay. So now the general rule of thumb is we go back and plug it into 4 or 5. Okay? Either or, whichever one makes your heart happier. Okay? Which one are you guys using?
4.
So if we use 4, which was 2x plus 4z equals negative 4, and what are we doing though? We're saying that z is negative 3. So 2x plus 4 times negative 3 equals negative 4. Have you done the math? 4 times negative 3 is going to be minus 12. So 2x minus 12 equals negative 4. If it's 2x minus 12, we're going to add 12. Negative 4 plus 12 is 8. 2x equals 8, divide by 2, and x is 4. After you have 2 of your 3 variables, you take the 2 you have and put them where? Into 1, 2, or 3. Again, whichever one makes your heart happiest. I'm hearing 1s, I'm hearing 2s.
I did 1, but
I'm doing
to each their own, I guess.
I did.
It is to each their own. You can do 1. The only advantage I see to doing 2 is that you have a positive y to work with instead of a negative y. But
I
again,
didn't think that through hard.
well, and that's the thing. It's to each their own, right? So, where am I going here? So if I use 1, x minus y plus z equals negative 1. So we're going to have 4 minus y plus negative 3 equals negative 1. Like terms, 4 plus negative 3 is 1. So 1 minus y equals negative 1. How do I get y by itself? Whoops. Subtract 1 from both sides. 1 minus 1 is gone, leaves you with negative y. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. How do I deal if you get a negative y? You can multiply or divide by negative 1, and y becomes positive 2. Okay. Final answer.
4, 2, negative 3.
Okay. Final answer was 4, 2, negative 3.
Will we ever graph that?
No.
I hope.
It'd be hard to graph.
Huh?
That'd be a cute.
Not even like digital.
Yeah, like how do you?
Make it.
Yeah.
You can't do it on paper.
We don't have the option. You'd have to use some type of technology to graph it.
You just have.
I don't even think my graphing calculator graphs it, honestly. Because my graphing calculator doesn't go 3D.
The website Desmos allows you to have.
You probably could on something like that.
Geometry. Do you remember that one?
So,
That sucked. I hate every second.
okay. Now,
You know, like,
listen up, guys. My goal, and we got a slow start today with everything that's going on at the beginning of the period. My goal was to get through these 3 equations. I felt like, or these 3 problems. I felt like if we got through these 3, that would prepare us most for homework. Now, as you look at the time, we're not getting through this last one. I get it. However, we can at least look at it a little bit maybe. Because there is, I mean, you've seen the gist of what happens. There's one slight other gist we have to look at. Okay? And you can figure out as you go. But as you look at this third example, third and final example for the day, and it's all in teaching with elimination. First of all, what did I do? I numbered my equations. 1, 2, 3. What's the question you have to ask yourself here?
What variable do you want to eliminate?
What do you want to eliminate?
X.
X.
Okay.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
Now, and here's the deal. Okay, I'm fine with eliminating x's. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what I have in my notes. Realize we have to eliminate whatever variable we pick. We have to eliminate it twice, right? So just realize there's going to be some multiplication involved this time. We've been able to avoid that on the beginning of each problem so far, but we're going to have to do some multiplication. But it's still typical elimination. So if we go ahead, you guys want to get the easy one out of the way, right? 1 and 3. And you guys picked x's, probably because you see an x and a negative x, right?
Yeah.
There's a 2x thrown in there. We're going to have to work with it. So if I write down 1, x plus y plus 2z equals 3. Negative x minus 2y plus z equals 10. X's have opposite signs, so we're going to add. What is x plus negative x? Cancel 0 as we want it to be. What is y plus negative 2y? So 1 plus negative 2 is negative 1y or negative y. 2z plus 1z.
3C.
3z. Carry my equal signs down. 3 plus 10. 13. I'm going to call this equation 4. Okay, guys. Now we've got to pick 2 other equations. We have to use 2 now. I know you guys don't want to because there's a 2x there, but we have to use 2.
2 and 3.
2 and 3 because they have the opposite signs already, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so let me write down 2 and 3, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. So 2 is 2x plus y plus 3z equals 7. 3 is negative x minus 2y plus z equals 10. I have to eliminate x's. How do I eliminate x's here?
Multiply the multiplication by 2.
Okay, we have to use multiplication, right? Right, Cam? We're going to multiply by 2 there. And so I'm going to pull this over to the side. My top equation of 2x plus y plus 3z equals 7 stays as is. My bottom equation, when I multiply by negative 2, it's negative 2x minus 4y plus 2z equals 20. Opposite signs tell me to add. 2x plus negative 2x cancels. Y plus negative 4y. Negative 3y. 3z plus 2z.
5z.
5z. 7 plus 20.
27.
27. I am calling this equation 5. What do you remember as the next step?
4.
Right. You're going to look at 4 and 5 and decide what you want to eliminate from them. Okay? So negative y plus 3z equals 13. Hold on just a second. Negative 3y plus 5z equals 27. I would encourage you to try and finish this problem on your own if you want. Final answer, if you want to check yourself, is 1, -4, 3. Now, give the homework a try. My plan tomorrow is to troubleshoot you guys, to help you guys. So if you've gone through and tried the problems, come back with your questions. It's probably going to be more of an individual troubleshooting. Does that make, because there's not a whole lot unless we just need to review the process. There's not a whole important point of me putting it all up here. Okay? So we're going to spend the rest of this week on elimination. So practice it. Try those 4 homework problems, okay? It's in Math Excel. Thank you. Thank you, you too.
Oh my God.